You know it. I'm just getting things set up, and turning my monetization on, and yada yada. Anal. Anal? Anal? So it looks like there's 3 base personalities. There is a physical build, good with people build, and good at analyzing stuff build. Or we can do whatever we want. So that gets 7 points. 4. Yeah, you get 7 either way. I think we'll just go with that. And then we can pick a skill. I might just pick one of the preset things. Stuff like this is too hard for me to choose. Let's see. I can downgrade one and upgrade another, so we've got coordination is different parts of your body acting in concert, fluid movement, physical presentation. When you must do more than a single you could, internal strength and resistance to pressure. Raw impulses, how your organism perpetuates itself. Notice details that other miss. Advanced. Covert spy techniques. Knowledge of the city and how people use it. Attunement to facial expressions. Nerves. Let's see. Empathy and manipulation. Your humanity at large. Command and intimidate others. Spooky awareness. Deductive and inductive reasoning. Creativity. The totality of facts about the world. Let's downgrade that one. And then let's upgrade that one. And then I get 3 random points to assign wherever I feel like it, I guess. But I can't pick the ones I just picked, I guess. So, which 3 of these seem the best? I like details others miss. Oh, do I get one per line? Okay. I guess that's how that works. Let's see. Attunement to facial expressions, tics, body language. Let's go with that one. Raise an intellect skill to hone your modes of thinking. Let us see. Extra sensory awareness, influence of the stars. I think I want to do this one. The beginning of the war will be secret.
I once knew a spy.
Spies. You're a spy.
I gotta record this too. Alright, there we go.
She was brilliant, erratic, cursed, an anti-personal mind in human form. Her friends called her Herschel, but to her controllers, she was Cascade.
Your name and your cryptonym. A dead limb twitches.
This is about last time, isn't it?
Portofino 91, the whole sick crew. A disaster untold, a black page in the official records.
No sense in rehashing the past.
None at all. Yet here we are, standing over the smashed and leaking world.
What about Cascade? What happened after 91?
She was recalled. They put her in the freezer. Forever. Most thought.
It was nice in there.
5 years
Chill.
passed. A little more of the world leaked out of itself. Cascade's controllers ordered her back to Portofino.
Portofino. That sounds Italian. What changed? Why send me
Because
back?
I asked them to. There is a new assignment, Cascade. I was supposed to give you the brief.
Who'd you say you were?
No one special. Just an arm-like sack of cytoplasm. A special move unique to single-cell organisms. But before that, I was like you. A spy for the People's Republics. One of the varieties of mankind. No one special. Just an arm-like sack of cytoplasm. But before that, I was like you. Right here. In an armchair in a safe house above a 24-hour photo shop. In the city-state of Portofino. This is a dangerous place, Cascade. I should never have come. I got caught with my pants down. On the plus side, I no longer have to worry about independent thought or movement. Too late, operant. I'm smashed and leaking. Whatever happens has already happened.
Whatever happens has already happened, eh? Interesting. I wonder if the spy is in his own mind, like, trying to piece everything together. And then it'll do like a Persona 5 where everything was up in the past until you get to like that trial or whatever. Okay. Dishes recently washed. Muffled voices rise from the shop below. Nearly identical sets of clothing. Pseudopod, you presume?
Displayed on the chair before you is a man, approximately mid-30s. His chest rises and falls in steady rhythm as he stares beyond you, unblinking. Alive, yet not alive. His eyes are fixed glassily on the ceiling. The pupils quiver like a failing heartbeat. Cream paint, peeling slightly. A small room in a city past its prime. Nothing to suggest why the man is so interested in it. No response, no jolt, no tremor. The green of long corroded copper. As for the face around the eyes, his jaw hangs slack, his glasses askew. The lopsided headphones accentuate a large bald spot atop his crown. Stiff-collared shirt, a snug brown jacket, and nothing below the waist but a pair of red briefs. As your eyes reach his feet, you notice that the man is also wearing 3 layers of socks, each slightly shorter than the one beneath it. There is no smell of alcohol, nor any open containers, no drug paraphernalia either, just a loose cord trailing to the stereo system. Like a cosmonaut's safety tether. Your fingers detect a faint, steady pulse within the base of his wrist. Elevated, but not critical. If so, his affliction is beyond your diagnostic power. The man's eyes glisten. Bright red veins blossom around their edges. If so, he will have to become something else entirely. You both exist now in different futures. However he ended up like this, the result is the same. Operant lost. You wonder briefly how much or how little you owe him. Clipped to the inside flap of his jacket, you find a laminated badge, emblazoned with the crest of the Import-Export Bureau of the People's Republic of Kohila. The name reads, Esteman T. Below that, a title, Im Ex-Lead Hosiery. Sock merchant, one of the opera's most battle-tested covers. Wearing the wares for ease of display, an operant committed to his role. 3 other things of note: a slip of paper, a business card, and a rock-hard piece of candy. It's a purchase order for 10 socks, made out to Carmuna Pessoa, Fashions and Garments Bootleg Bazaar. Bootleg bazaar. No coordinates found. Some kind of marketplace, and not one you've ever been to. 5 pairs, 10 socks. The slip of paper grows heavy in your hand. It feels like a baton. Pseudopod's obligations are now yours. You owe this woman 5 pairs of socks. The card is cheap and scuffed. It reads, "All you need is miracle," above a cartoonish image of disembodied lips at a phone receiver. Notably absent is an actual phone number. There's an indecipherable scribble. Whatever's written seems to begin with a D. Into your pocket it goes. A wrapped up rectangle of compressed sugar. It's so hard that your fingers cannot make an impression, no matter how much you strain. Cola flavor, if you had to guess. It takes 5 jaw tenses before you manage to shatter it. Sugary daggers jab the inside of your mouth.
Apparently the candy tastes like crap.
After a few more game attempts to chew, it takes all the will you possess to swallow the jagged claw. Its aftertaste contaminates your mouth. You retract your hand from the man's pockets. A snail's trail of dried saliva glints on the side of his chin.
Red check. You cannot retry. Failure is likely. Coerce him back into service. It's kind of interesting. Let's see. This silent treatment constitutes a Class A war crime against you. Time for intervention physical. Shake him very hard. Shake it like a Polaroid picture.
You grab him by his skinny shoulders and heave him upright, his head lolling backwards as he rises. This non-reaction is alarmingly reactionary. If keeping him is no gain, then losing him is no deficit.
Oh my.
He lands in an awkward position, a cut-string puppet, bony hips raised to the air like antennas. Flaunting a reactionary pose, further insult. Leave the brief hog where he lies. He does not respond, though if you didn't know any better, his deserted eyes seem to be urging you towards the bathroom. A drop of blood shines on his lip. He must have bitten his tongue on the way down. Out of his chair he looks smaller, more fragile, and deeply lost.
I just had a massive dissociative episode. Very intense. You were talking to me. Your thoughts on this operant, if any?
Saliva leaks from the corner of the man's mouth and pools on the floor.
Couldn't help but notice your designated lead. Looks like I'm in for an early promotion.
Your double didn't know.
Hmm.
This small table has been turned into a makeshift desk. The startlingly red folder stands out against the clutter. A small label in the top left corner is printed with one word. Your cryptonym, Cas. The folder opens with a whoosh. Before you in neat monospace type, your life is condensed to its barest elements. Name Will Kershaw, cryptonym Cascade. Born Landau, former Republic of Mercia. Dependents none. Pay class D2. Years of service 14. All true. None of it useful just now. Childhood, bourgeois, typical. History of student radicalism led to persecution by monotheist reactionaries. Fled to People's Republic of Kohila. Embraced post-historical materialism. In short, born capitalist, reborn communist. Medical record. History of dissociative episodes and reckless action. Gunshot, chest. Retained bullet. 10mm pre-service. The bullet nuzzles your aorta. Your heartbeat flutters. Sexuality. Homosexual tendencies. Unconfirmed.
Let's see here.
Suicide risk minimal. Ideation only. End of list. According to this file, that's all there is to you. There's another page behind this one. It's a tingle in your fingers. Your head grows lighter as you approach the crash site. Your hand grinds to a halt above the page and remains there. A full minute passes. Or never. That works too. Amidst the crumpled sheets of copy paper and empty takeout containers, you find an opened pack of cigarettes. Suprema mark. Suprema 100s. Cheap superblock export. There's nothing outwardly noteworthy about this pack of Suprema 100s. It's like any other found in commissaries and corner stores across the People's Republics. Except... secreted neatly against the inner wall of the pack, just as you were once taught to do yourself. A crispy folded sheet of A7 paper. It reads... ZWS, JMXVB TW, AON, TRRA, KB, ZQYMUSGS. You've carried papers like this, folded up and hidden away in secret pockets and compartments. Short, uneven letter chains, likely a Rosetta cipher, the most basic kind used by the Operant Bureau, designed to be decrypted by a one-time key. The pack slides nicely into your pocket, as though it always belonged there. ZWS, JMXVB TW, AON, TR. The perfectly ordered letters offer no response. As you turn away, a phone begins to ring. You return to the desk. You turn away from the desk. You pick up the phone. The handset vibrates in your palm. A peculiar species of static washes over your ear. Half a world away, a familiar voice splits into 256,000 encrypted fragments before coalescing again by your ear.
Please tell me you have good news.
5 years, 3 months, 10 days. That's how long it's been since her voice was in your ear.
Operant Cascade, you made it. Your voice hasn't changed. We'll get to your problem in a moment. Put Pseudopod on the line.
You glance over at the man face down on the floor. You feel the receiver slipping from your sweaty palm. For a moment, no one says anything. There's no sound at all, save for the blood in your ear and the electrostatic hum of the ultra-long-distance connection.
Has he been zeroed out?
Eliminated, killed, rendered inoperant.
That doesn't tell us much. What else? He's from the People's Republics. Of course he smokes Supremus. And? Did you manage to decode it? In other words, you've got nothing.
You must speak the word. She cannot make the determination herself.
Cascade, is your double zeroed out or not? Yes, you do. Is he zeroed out, Operant? Right. I wonder which it is. Have our enemies blown us up already? Or is this just another day at the basement massage parlor of spy services? Fucking hell. The opera's going to hang me by the toes. For you, it's back to Satellite Facility B.
AKA the Freezer, the Opera's labyrinthine archival complex, where the old, useless and discredited are consigned until they're dismissed or die of despair.
Get real, Cascade. This isn't your personal redemption tour. You haven't even got the assignment. Listen to me. This assignment is over. Effective immediately. The woman in the Photoshop downstairs, Constance, she's one of ours. Let her deal with Pseudopod. Do not tell her anything she doesn't need. As for you, we need to get you on the next aerotram out of the city.
Even as your controller is speaking, your mind is settling back into familiar grooves. The old mechanisms slide and click into position. That numberless phone line may be worth investigating. Perhaps the room contains other leads as well. No way things have gone this bad this quickly. There's a
Simulation. That's a new one.
precisely what the facilitator of a simulation would be required to say.
This must be some kind of maladapted trauma response. There should still be flights departing for Superblock territory tonight. Make sure you're on one of them. I'm not responding to that. This assignment is over. Get on the next tram. If what you're saying is true, enemies abound. Don't get yourself zeroed out.
A click, and the line goes dead. A pair of men's trousers are hung delicately over the shower rail. If Pseudopod's pants were attempting to flee the scene, they did not make it very far. Brown, shapeless. The front and back pockets are completely empty, except for... Your hoist-in must have compressed his lungs somehow. Unless... You discover a small extra pocket inside the front right pocket. You slip 2 fingers inside and come away with a neatly folded sheet of paper. The page is notebook-sized and perforated along one edge. It reads, THA 7LESAPR 032 WIFO 9W TBGFL W25. One of the many mysteries concerning men's trousers. He was trying to smooth out creases with shower steam. You leave the trousers as they were. You return to the folded... You leave the trousers as... You return to the desk. The red folder is still sitting on its surface. ZWS, JMXV. The sheet naturally curls itself into a little V as you place it back on the desk. In just a few words, the worst failure of your life is reduced to bureaucratic shorthand. Previous assignment, Portofino 88 to 91. Network, whole sick crew. Operants, Cascade. Assets. Obvious. The Opera wanted him to know what sort of spy he'd be working with. A secret the Opera has elected to keep from itself. Most recent assignment, Novessa, 91 to present. Satellite Facility B. Status inactive. The folder shuts itself with a tiny sigh. The genius of a one-time key is that it requires nothing more than basic addition to use. Sadly, basic maths elude you just now. Your espionage limb is still falling out. A few spasms here and there. You turn away from the desk. You dial your controller's number. The phone buzzes. After several...
You should be heading out by now. What is it? It works. Get moving.
The line goes. The bed looks serviceable. Deformed pillows and a depression in the mat. Room for two. You were supposed to lie here alongside your double. Seems it is all yours then, should you ever want to lay in it. You turn away. The bed looks cold. You turn away. You return to your double splayed up. Following the cord from your double's headphones, you come to a mid-sized home stereo resting on a sideboard. Through the translucent view panel, you see a single red disc loaded in place. On the face of the disc are the words, Ultravioletta, you but from a dream, handwritten on thin strips of tape. You don't recognize the artist. The disc is loaded, ready to tell you. The chunky button makes a satisfying little thunk as you... The discus begins to turn. You know because the spindle was rotating, though the speakers don't produce any sound at all. No sound, save the thin layer of static that lines the inner cables. The music player blinks, slowly. Or do you? You can't tell. The silence is being overtaken by a different silence, like the slow darkening of night across the wall of an empty room. This new silence seeps into every corner of your body, loosening fixtures, rattling drawers. There is still no sound, but in your mind an image forms of a blasted heath, a smouldering circle at its center. Figures in tattered robes stagger and sway on the horizon. Your mind blanks, the power grid ravaged by an unseen, faraway storm. The same day you were just living. The second floor studio apartment above the Photo 24. Slowly, you return to yourself. Nothing. You're simply playing a disc on a common home stereo system. The sort of thing millions of people across the world do every day. It doesn't appear to be. The disc is spinning the way it's meant to. No, you probably shouldn't. The static quiets as you reset the volume. A brief internal hum, then the disc slides halfway out of the machine and wait. You remove the red disc and place it into your pocket. You step away from the equipment.
And we hacked it.
You return to the desk. Everything is right way.
You know how I do things around here.
For Cascade, all will be forgiven. For Cascade, all will be forgiven. For Cascade, all will be. Cheek smudged against floor. Your double doesn't seem to be focused on you at all. The day beyond the window beckons you outwards. There may yet be some forgiveness out there. Wait, the secrets. You can't just leave them out like this. It takes all your concentration to chew the slip of paper into a wad of pulp you can actually swallow. Taste sharp, almost acidic. Unusual paper type, probably worth it. You have internalized your secrets, contained them. They will do no damage in there. You turn away from the desk. You return to the phone. You leave the trousers. You return to your double splayed up. He appears committed to his reactionary ways. Unfortunate. The stereo is right where you left it. Crimson flashes within its casing. No sound. Amateur wire work. There is no sound. Shadows bleed from every corner. Wait, was that? No. You must have been imagining it. The silence envelops you like a translucent skin. The blasted heath welcomes you back. The robed figures stagger around a smouldering circle. Here. You. The static quiets as you reset the volume. A brief you remove the red disc. You step away from... The stereo is right. Crimson flashes. No sound. Amateur wire work. There is no sound. Wait, was that? The silence envelops you. The blasted heath welcome.
So I can't lower entanglement because that will
The stereo
lower
is
my
right.
chances.
Crimson flash. No sound. Amateur wire. There is no sound. Wait, was the silence. The blasted heath.
It's interesting messing around with this stuff.
Here. You. The static quiets as you reset. A brief internal.
Meh. We'll not mess around with that anymore. I'm pretty sure these are 4-byte scans, but... Ugh. Oh my. Dispose of your own rubbish, you dirty boy.
Enough! You're blacklisted. Take your sick little games elsewhere.
Easy, lady. I just want to develop some photographs.
That's an interesting camera he's carrying. Professional class. No consumer model.
Does that poor girl even know what you're up to?
You have a wild imagination. A little photo should not count as a crime.
Loaded gun. Your head. The woman casts a split-second glance in your direction. Requesting assistance. Not your fight. Remain in bushes.
Don't step too close. They're handing out bans like they're going out of style.
A crackle of recognition behind his eyes as they meet yours. found, a passing figure in the background of an old memory with an earlier iteration of that same face. Thinner, less time-worn. The coat is a recent addition. No references found. Most impossible to say for certain. If you don't know, then you know. A lonesome utility shack high above the city. Its door broken on its hinge. A white cat tracks bloody prints in the dirt.
What?
She's probably another victim of your so-called street art.
The what? Cat? You must be huffing photochemicals with this confused woman. Perhaps you share an alternative lifestyle.
Restless eyes, evasive demeanor. This man may not have zeroed out your double, but you're sure such things aren't beyond him.
Very well. Photo 24 can have this round. Thank you for this extreme stress I'll now carry through my day.
He gives you one more glance as he leaves. Garish.
That was exciting, wasn't it?
Gripped tightly in her hand, a star-headed screwdriver.
Ah, Pseudopod requested it. For the fax machine.
This toolkit looks so empty, barely usable in its current state. Fortunately, it appears highly expandable. She gestures towards the monstrous off-white plastic machine behind you.
Speaking of, where is your double?
We shouldn't let her find one of her own up there without warning. This woman could be a valuable source of information, if you can prise it from her. She's just the housekeeper. Who cares? A few frets and she'll tip right over.
Firing squads? What is this?
An informal people's tribunal. Maybe another push? She seemed like she was about to crack there.
This is madness, Operant. Pseudopod cleared me himself. Bring him down here.
She believes a spy errant is about to burst down those stairs and save her from you.
Where is Pseudopod, actually?
It's possible this photo lady's made of sterner stuff than you realized. Probably best to play it straight now.
Yes. What is...
A lead weight pulls her expression downward.
My God. You're saying he's... Oh. Oh, God.
Shock, bewilderment. Your cue. Behind the acrylic display case, your eye catches on a scene of an amateur pelota squad, smiling against a sun-bleached wall. Memories trapped beneath dull eyes.
What do we do, Operant? Absolutely not. Nobody's been upstairs except yourself and Pseudopod. I can assure you, Operant. Oh dear, I could use a rag. It was yesterday, when he returned for the evening. He looked stressed, like he was shouldering a great burden. It must have been the assignment, I'm sure. Nothing. Only the bare rudiments.
This isn't getting anywhere.
Pseudopod was a very good teacher. He said it would fall on me to see after any operants who are incapacitated in theatre. I wonder, did he ever suspect he was talking about himself? I haven't the faintest idea. I'm adrift. Pseudopod struck me as an absolute professional.
She's dying inside. Your double's condition is of secondary importance.
I suppose I could move him to the spare room down here. That way I can keep an eye on him. A doctor. Dr. Hugo would help. He runs a houseboat clinic in the backways to the west of the old docks, past the waterlock.
She doesn't respond, but looks down as her cheeks flush deep crimson.
I can't really say for certain. He kept things very close, as he was supposed to. Have you tried the bootleg bazaar? He was down there yesterday.
The bootleg bazaar. That matches the purchase order you found on his body.
He said he intended to interview some of the vendors.
There. 2 lines of inquiry converge. Bring this purchase order to the bazaar.
You can practically see it from the front door. Due south, in the ruins of the old Essilk factory. If by some chance you find yourself in Party Alley, it means you've gone the wrong way. Anything for the assignment. Was there anything else? I certainly don't. It looks flirtatious. Seedy business attracts itself. Try the fogged mirror.
The shiver of a familiar name. Smell of old wood and cigarette ash. Your old haunt, where you met with your former assets, once a den of ghosts. She gives you a brief nod.
It's that little amber light. It means out of order, and I haven't been able to get it to green, meaning it's...
Just looking at that thing causes you to take psychic damage. Best stay away.
Pseudopod assured me this machine was a vital tool of communication, as precious to our work as the magic box we installed on your room phone. You've received all sorts of technical training, I presume.
A dread beast humming with dormant power. A handless scribe.
Very well. Forgive me, is this some kind of test? Shouldn't you be the one advancing thesis and so forth? Yes, that much is...
She gives you a nod.
Before you...
She hesitates, torn between 2 thoughts.
Nothing. I'll be here if you require it.
A humongous white block of office technology sits in front of you. Inside, mechanical parts are assembled in such a way that it can scream analog messages across. You turn away. Bad news. The fax machine has not fixed itself. Your screwdriver makes short work of the starhead screws holding the side panel in place. The holy innards of the facsimile machine reveal themselves to you like a sacrificial animal waiting to be interpreted. You're looking at a Sugar Hill Executive Series 2, a cursed model, plagued by numerous debilities, most commonly a chronically misaligned paper tray. From the machine bowels comes a pleasing chunk. As the plastic tray slots back into its receiver, the paper belt purrs as life is restored.
Much better, thank you. Operant, I would never.
She would. She will. Image quality, and whatever you turn away from. The screen flickers.
Did you know water covers approximately 63% of the world, but the sky covers 100%?
Wrong. The sky is only 98% sky. The other 2% is used to cover up the fact that they replaced the moon.
On screen, there appears a man with a paper bag over his head.
But they don't want you to know that. That's why they're coming for me. But
The screen warps and color shifts. Between clips of the bagman talking, a phone number flashes urgently. You jot down the digits as Bagman watches on.
I am Subcommandante Beckman, and this is the reality situation.
A professional would at least alter their voice. The sounds from the command. On the wall above, mounted like the taxidermied head of a bull moose, scratched and yellowed porcelain, a notable smudge on the lip of the sea, brownish. The smudge is not what it appears to be, not the most obvious suspect at least. From across the room, the bartender notices your gaze, and they...
Don't worry. The smudge on the rim is just blood. 83. Kisok versus Recreación. The referee sent Peña off on a bullshit call. A riot ensued, as per tradition. Someone ripped a toilet right out of the washroom wall and chucked it at the Recreación supporters.
Impossible, awesome, unacceptable. Kisok's pride. The moment it all peaked. When all the madness and meaning in the world swelled into one glorious, unstoppable wave. They were just blowing off steam. Bit of a brawl never hurt anyone. Countless injuries were reported in the aftermath of the incident, and 2 fatalities confirmed. The bartender gives a small, approving nod in your direction. The toilet is still hot. The bartender shrugs. In the machine aisles is a lineup of smokes, candy, and canned coffee. The can makes a pleasant funk as it lands. The packet makes a satisfying funk as it hits the well. They land in the well with a formidable, intimidating weight. If you change your mind, they'll still be here, dormant. Under a thick, curved screen, a discolored bloom of interference mars the corner of the screen, tinting the dancing mascot on the sidelines purple.
Oh, yeah. Pro typos are garbage. I suppose I'll buy a new one. Again. Nothing lasts anymore.
Electrons deflected by magnetic interference. The shadow mask has been corrupted. Without an instrument of magnetic banishment, you are near powerless to exorcise the demons of distortion.
Oh. No. I'm not sure.
All hope may not be lost. The proximity of the speakers to the CRT screen has caused this blight, so perhaps removing their malign influence will, if not completely free the television, at least prevent its further defilement. The bartender stands on her toes and moves the speaker a few centimeters.
Well then. Good eye. Thank you.
The bartender gives you a brief, familiar nod. An older man, heavy-set, looks up as you approach. Like a dead octopus.
Opera. Bon of you to drop by. Though a bit earlier than I was expecting.
It should be said that you've never seen this man before in your life.
No matter. You're here now. That's what counts. Some reputations precede. I heard.
This man must be part of our welcoming committee.
Now here you are. In living color.
Your stomach tightens. Predator. Caution. You might still be able to play this off. Play it off. Play what off? You're fucked, Hershey. All semblance of composure abandoned. Your primal yorp fills the half-empty bar. No one even bothers to turn your way.
Let's hope that got it out of your system.
The box on the table hisses and groans. A little shiver runs down your spine and...
Let's drop the pretenses, shall we? Old friends, professional critics, big-time players in the international organ market. All kinds of stuff. They're asking, has she figured out her assignment yet? What's going on with her double? Does she still have it? But mainly, they're concerned about your heart. Straight to it. The opera have dropped you in a river of shit. Maybe I can help you get yourself out of it.
A hiss, followed by the frantic clack, clack, clack of a microfiche reader. High contrast negatives hit the back of your retinas. 58, collapse of Ildeser's Grand Bridge. 60, Laplage's royal family liquidated. 63, suppressed uprising in PR Yoffi. 67, the Agora minor blackout. Cryptonym redacted. Date of birth redacted. Nation of origin disputed. Joined the opera late 40s. declared null entity in 69. There are old reports of a botched naval blockade in 69. Eastern Republics, a friendly fire incident. The microfiche reader clacks a final time, settling on a monochrome picture. Beneath it, a nom de guerre. His fleshy cheeks pull his mouth into just the slightest approximation of a smile. A name whispered among tutors and veterans, invoked like a demon from a lost mythology.
Warms the heart to know people still talk about you when you're not around.
The posture remains, yet the gravity in the air thickens.
Well met, operand. What can I do for you? This thing? No. This is just the plastic box that keeps me from shaking the Manus Fati.
To shake the hand of fate is to die, and gentle electronic tones rise and recede from it like the tide against the digital beach.
Last I heard, the original article was sitting on a desk in a third-level sub-basement somewhere in Nevessa. Story for another time, I'd say. And yet no one's tried. Maybe they've been scared. How about you? Don't worry. We've only just got acquainted. Call it your look of haggard perplexity. Assume you've been out of the action for 5 years. I've been in this game a long time. Picked up plenty of neat things that could be of interest to you. Take a recent sample. One of your enemies has set up a secret jail somewhere here in Kisak.
Nothing at all, like a bell struck in a vacuum.
The rich one. Emter.
Emter, aka L'Empire Sans Territoire, aka the Bank. Equal parts Global Development Fund and Spy Service. The bloody hand of transnational capital. Everything you know has directed you to the bazaar thus far, doesn't it?
My offer is this. I share with you a little from my wall of shadows. You help me with some personal research. I'll be here if you want to talk more. Forewarned is forearmed. No such till next time.
A monolith of gleaming beverages. One catches your eye in particular. Delicious scarcity. Absurd logos, hollow jargon, painted metal. Resist. The coins vanish with a jangle. Nothing. You were warned. The developed world will happily unburden you. Maybe this machine fears you. Maybe it doesn't want to give away a part of itself to a stranger, but market conditions demand it. Something rattles within the machine's guts. The coffees sway gently. Automated, unfeeling commerce stares back at you. It is no coincidence. Featuring a transparent lid for the necro-voyeurs. That is the ultimate goal, and they're already a good distance there. The so-called developed world in terrible action. A very dangerous question in a moral... Rumor has it that an old vending machine in Lower Vudas once sold anonymous murder confessions to anyone willing to pay 10 sol. Besides that, probably the one that sells second-hand autoerotic asphyxiation binds. More nothing happened. Suddenly, violently, you are aflame with indignation. That seems to be that. Now you're expected to relax while modernity eases it in. Maybe a little more money would do it. From who? The shining monolith seems to jeer. Your hands glimpse the machine's full weight as it rocks back. A cumbrous movement, glacial reaction speed. The automaton may be large, but it is beatable. If you must go down here, bring the future down with you. With a creak and a splinter of light, the machine tilts towards you. The last thing you see are 100 colored cans sliding forwards to crush you out of existence. A monolith of gleaming beverage. One catches you. Delicious scarce. Absurd logos, hollow jargon, paint. Automated, unfeeling commerce. Featuring a transparent lid for the necro-voyeurs. The machine doesn't care about your financial situation. The coins vanish with a jet. Nothing. You were warned. Maybe this machine fears you. Maybe something rattles within the machine's guts. More nothing. Suddenly, violently, you are maybe a little more money would do it. From who? The shining monolith seems to jeer. You slide your arm through and bend it upwards awkwardly. You yank your hand free, clutching nothing but dead air. Nothing happens until the serpentine coil of metal jutters into life. An old lesson hard learned. In the developed world, money is always the way forward.
That is too funny.
The coffee can feels like victory in your hand. The vending machine awaits your selection, yet seems utterly indifferent to it. The machine is as indifferent. The vending machine. The machine is as indifferent. The vending machine. The machine is as.
You're not Portaferan.
As he addresses you, the gazes of his two table mates veer towards you, like cataractic headlights. Slavering, impotently aroused, hyena attentions.
Foreigners always have the best stories. You're a long way from Marcia.
Clocked you instantly, even though your accent has been diluted in the decade plus since you left.
What happened, Sugar Tits? You get lost? Or are you just looking for company?
Kill this lecherous geriatric.
Say that again, and I'll put that cigarette out in your eye hole.
Ah, come on. It's just a term of endearment.
Do it anyway. I would pay to see that. Would you pay to see that, Joe? Animals. That's how it is with most pilots, though. Here.
More than a courtesy. He's establishing hierarchies. You and him, human. His companions, subhuman. Schnaps. It washes stinging down your throat, followed by a kind of anesthetic vapor that rises all the way into your sinuses.
We're all strangers in this city. Why don't you join us? We've got...
Not 10 meters away, a young man clutches the payphone to his ear, whispering urgently.
From the super block, eh?
I would say ask the Duchess herself, but she doesn't talk about clients with other clients.
He knows because he's tried.
Can't say anyone like that struck me, but a lot of people use the phone line. The only reason why we rarely notice the hugger is because he refuses to leave.
Pseudopod. It's as though he had been as much of a non-person when he was alive as he is now.
Sure do, sweetheart. The good Dr. Hugo's on his houseboat right there.
The one called Zhao points to the path behind him.
Reassuring to know that no matter how hot and heavy it gets, we're only 10 feet away from resuscitation. Just another foreign money man.
Stuck-up little shit. Strolled in one evening, couple of nights back, picked up the phone and hasn't let go of it since.
That was a growl, not an attempt to speak. He would be making the same noise if he could talk.
Who cares, Sugar? No one in a suit ever did any real work.
Come on, foreign money men in this city? Empty, obviously.
Like vultures to a dump. Wherever there is money, the bloody hand of transnational capital is never far away.
We all want our turn, Sugar. The miracle line.
The miracle line.
It's just a sex line, Marcia. Though admittedly a formidable one.
He's here every damn day. Stays on the line for hours. Doesn't care one bit if anyone else has had a turn or not. Only shuffles off once the sun sets. Believe me, we've all had enough of the phone hugger. Please, Sugar, we can't deal with any more competition. The money man has us down to quickies.
Will you look at that?
Now where did a sweet thing like you pick that up?
Nice piece of memorabilia. To answer your question, you used to see a few of these floating around, but not for you. Figure it was from before that phone was permanently hooked up. It's always connected, that's what. No dialing, no choice to call anyone else. You pick up that phone over there, done. She's there.
Duchess. There isn't one. You call, Duchess answers.
It's not just that, though. Whatever you like, whatever happens to be a thing, she has a way of finding it. People just open up to her.
A tremendous honeypot, in other words. You could not rule out the possibility that she is a spy, that the vein has already been tapped.
Never enough, as far as I'm... Until next time.
Unwise to your presence. A lanky young man presses the handset against his flushed cheek. It practically clings to it, like a shipwrecked survivor holding onto a piece of driftwood.
I don't know how much time we have. You have to help me fill it in.
Whatever the person on the other end of the line has to say to that, it makes the man's eyes squeeze shut and his mouth slacken in a guttural groan. The line appears to be occupied.
I can't possibly perform under these conditions. You have to make me.
No use. Sucked deep into the abyssal vortex of lust.
The gap. I'm not even worthy to approach it on hands and knees. My little heart wouldn't be able to take it.
So this is what the miracle looks like firsthand. Perversion. Developed wild variety. But what...
Please. I need to feel like my position's in jeopardy.
Wall de collage. Super 130. Looks more expensive than it feels. The man wedges his index finger between his tight collar and neck. His only source of relief is the sweat seeping into the fabric of his wind-whipped collar. Lanky, malnourished, his physical form is an object of abuse and neglect in equal measure. His lungs and liver foremost. You can tell he's all limbs, an unloved body at home only in the most ergonomic of chairs. What comes to mind is a handkerchief, buffeted on a night wind, eternally in retreat from itself. On the contrary, he's been making 250k a year since he was 22, plus benefits. Already set on life's glide path, and all it cost him was his humanity. The old pilot was correct. This man works for Emter.
I need to know that if I don't pull this off, billions of soul worth of international loans and investments may be at risk. Tell me you'll report me to human capital if I displease our counterparties.
Now if you could just get his attention.
Oh, I think I forgot someone's title. She thinks I work with the mouth breathers in the trade office. In this... Yes, I saw your colleague, hanging utterly deflated from this very paver. It was despicable. Like the wretched of the earth. abandoned to shoulder a massive, indescribable burden all by himself. I could hardly doubt it.
The young man turns his back to you without another word. If you want to use the phone, you're going to need to dislodge him first. No response.
Oh my God! You can't do that to me. But you really, really should.
Prisoner of his own desire. With a jolt and a sharp glance. Unacceptable. The people's representative won't be obstructed. This rocket is close to liftoff. No room for a co-pilot in that command capsule.
You know so much, and I so little. The power differential is grotesque. I'm your faithful dog. I know nothing. I question less.
The air fills with erotic bleating as you...
Welcome to the clinic. My name is Dr. Hugo.
The man takes a measured sip of water from a clay cup. Behind him, shelves heaving with medical textbooks. The recirculated air smells like antiseptic and wet dog hair.
Yes, it's different, isn't it? I find that it is much easier to connect with my patients than it was at my old practice in Sunset.
The Sunset is an upper-class district north of Keysok. A great foe for someone of his professional stature. The heavy floorboards are spotted with motor oil and boot prints.
Pardon? Oh.
He briefly nurtured the hope that he'd simply misheard you. Now he must confront the reality that he's actually having a conversation with you. The floorboards groan. The hole scrapes the side of the canal.
Oh.
You just make out the sounds of the ex-pilots blabbering at one another, though their words remain indistinct.
No. I don't even know what the phone sex injury would entail.
Sprained dialing finger, overworked larynx, phone cord asphyxia.
Definitely not. Broken legs, heat stroke, parasites, ringworm, distemper. I'm somewhat of a generalist.
Distemper is not a human disease.
Of course I'm a real doctor. What a ludicrous question.
A real human doctor would have a real human medical license. You should give his a look if you get the chance.
Family medicine.
The sort of serene, approachable expression that is considered key to good bedside manner. The Keysok backways are known more for fly tipping and feral boars than for families.
Of course. Of course. What can I help you with? Catatonia is an incredibly general symptom. It could be caused by anything from overdose to meningitis to a stroke. I'd need to see the patient to venture a guess.
Pseudopod will not be exposed, nor will you.
I suppose audio could trigger some sort of neurological event, but they are exceedingly rare. More than likely, it's a coincidence. He may have sat down, put on his headphones, and then had a massive cardiac event. Substance use is also rampant in musical subcultures, I've been told.
That's the second time he's brought up drugs.
I still couldn't hazard a guess. It wouldn't be responsible. Someone would be reckless enough to diagnose a patient in absentia. I don't recommend such a doctor at all. All right, Party Alley. There's a clinic there, run by one, Gonzalo Gonza.
As he pronounces the name Gonza, a hair-tingling scream echoes along the canal, followed by the sound of an electric saw, unhinged laughter, and a torrent of blood from the side gutters. Probably unconnected.
He might be willing to help. Frankly, you two may even get along.
He gives you a brief nod.
Without a prescription. I suppose I could sell you some melatonin tablets. I hope that helps. I hope that helps. Until next time.
The one personal touch in the otherwise sterile, blank clinic. The wall has been decorated with photographs, documents, evidence of Dr. Hugo's existence. Lights glint off the glass as you read what's under them. Multiple... The document has to be displayed by law. The license is real, but it's out of date. There's a faded stamp half hidden behind the frame. Perhaps something to confront the good doctor about. A collage of someone else's life begins to take form in front of you. Moments caught, suffocated, pinned under glass. You avert your eyes.
Hello, again. Until next time.
A ladder reaches towards the upper floor.
Excuse me. The upstairs room is private.
A true man of the people would open his home and his property to his comrade.
Thank you for the advice. Now, please. I live here. Please, just...
You return to the forbidden ladder.
Stop. I already...
You step into the booth and press the receiver to your ear. The emblematic animal of Portofero's mate. You'll get... You do not yet have the number of anyone else in this city. There is only one. She'd only tell you to get on an aero tram. A direct order which you have so far disobeyed. Whether you want it or not, the number is a lifeline to you. Always there if you need it. The Reno Tel Dolphin eyes.
Hello and welcome to the reality situation. Before we begin, I just need to...
Fuck.
That's a joke, obviously. No line is secure. Your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen, are not secure. Consciousness itself is tapped. The call is coming from inside the house. Now, what aspect of the situation did you want to ask about? Salute.
The receiver clicks back into place. Your finger depresses the yielding material. Up, down, up, down. Sensual pleasure. You watch the dolphin pop back up, then squish again under the changing pressure of your finger. You step away from the... A filthy flyer glued to the wall. A row of bespectacled men stare into the middle distance, while in their midst a lone figure looks... The Sub-Commandant A salutes you. The People's Bureau of Entertainment would never allow something this anarchic to make it to air. Hold on. You know what could use a little more reality? That big blank wall next to your bed. It's been adhered to the wall with blue reusable adhesive. Sticky, easy for quick installation and removal. You're able to get it down and rolled out without any difficulty. Bagman's been flooding the city with these. They're designed to be taken home. A reality check. A dusty and disused storefront, closed with a metal shutter. Above, a faded sign names the building, the Animal Zone. Carl was here. M+Y, ha. Unstoppable trade forever. Marito is a dog rapist. You lift the shutter gently. It rips around you. Scattered pairs of eyes watch as you jiggle the shutter. Too many people around for a break-in. Come back at night, or find another entrance. You turn away from the... The Guardian Municipal officer is intensely scratching at his neck. As you approach, he wipes his hand on his trouser leg.
Hola, miss. Hope there's a reason you stopped and...
The folks who guard property rights are not worthy of answers.
All right, then. Let Officer Marito know if you need any help.
An assortment of cargo crates sits in waiting, adorned with faint chalk marks and bright machine-printed, crisp and official. They all bear the same logo, tiny gold dots in a precise angular pattern. Point of origin, Ministry of Mass Culture, Cicatriz Frontera, the lengthening gleaming capital of Leluz. Leluz, officially the Illuminated Empire, an auto-technocratic regime which has emerged from its slumber in recent decades. These crates aren't smuggled at all. They're government-sanctioned from the Lusian Cultural Ministry. Insidious imperialism. Today, the soft power. Tomorrow, the hard. A maze of hastily drawn letters and numbers stands in contrast to the printed labels above. Imagine yourself as a bird, and the labyrinth grows familiar. Each package marked with instructions on which store it's to be delivered to. Black cartons of cigarettes are stacked in tight rows. One of them has been slit open, 2 packs missing. The sight reminds you of a set of stairs descending into the dark of the basement. Even worse, they've taken the poor cigarettes home for sloppy seconds. Trafficked, then violated. Sick world we're in, Hershen. Around you, dock workers move in predictable patterns. Your hands sink into their rhythm and find the carton's edge. Under your fingertips, cellophane wrapping gives way to cardstock. You retract your hand, a single packet of Ouroboros Blacks clutched in it. The design portrays a snake eating its tail, embossed in gold. Top shelf tobacco. There's at least 500 sol worth of cigarettes in this crate. You've seen these before, smoked them before. This was Tempo's brand. Tempo del Sur, mid-tier deity in the local underworld. And once your asset, cryptonym Taxman, also someone you once called a friend. No answer from the night. The smell of Lusian tobacco wafts up. You step away from the refreshments are lined up like brightly colored soldiers, neatly regimented behind coiled springs. The can makes a pleasant funk. The refreshments remain. The man gazes down at a crate of cartridge discs, a box of little nemesis. Veins rise like old roots beneath his thin skin.
Mass-produced excrement. These animals pleasure themselves in it.
Those smears near the optical pickups? That's not damage. Shame. It oozes out over time. You see this? Each one guaranteed for 10,000 replays.
No one will ever get it the way he does.
No. I'm talking about cultural ephemera.
Exteriors on everything.
Stars have mercy. Each single fellow disc represents a single cell of stage 5 cultural metastasis.
Then a disc, a modern laser hybrid medium, played using a heated stylus unit. Astounding sonic fidelity, cause of thousands of home fires.
Synthetic brain cancer. A fledgling device, yes, but make no mistake, they've perfected the technology with these newer formats. Sleeker, quicker to go obsolete. I think the propensity to self-immolate is their best feature, actually. Oh yeah, they sound nice. Why don't you chisel those words into the headstone of civilization, then sign it, Terminal Replayer.
No entries found under replayer. Filing under insults, incomprehensible. Prepare yourself for a conversational landmine field.
Go ahead, browse away. My name's Petri. If you need anything, I'll be here, lamenting what's left of the culture. Strange how? Format or content?
He takes the disc warily.
An Einzelton XR.
All pretense drops. The red glints in his lenses. Sublimity. Terror. As though you'd unexpectedly flashed one of the faces of God at him.
Where did you get this? Einzelton hasn't been available to regular consumers for a decade. A disc in good condition is worth thousands of sol to people who appreciate its wonders.
Specialists. Collectors of the rare and the defunct. People like him, in other words.
The apex of auditory technology. A high-fidelity yet dynamic sonic experience that self-effaces after a single play.
Reproduction and erasure just millimeters away in space. Milliseconds in time. Precision humans can only dream of.
You played it. And what? You sought to defile a corpse a little more? Better they recalled them all years ago. Better a mass manufacturing fault than this, to save them from this humiliation from being passed around like...
The vendor deflates before you. His rising anger gone in an instant, like a fuse being tripped.
I'm sorry.
Talking to the Einzeltone, not you.
Ultraviolet is a pop singer. Degenerate, Lucian, Electro-Dross. There's a new fabricated star every day, it seems, but she's the top of today's pile. As for the title, probably the works of a brain-dead marketing committee. kind of promo copy, I would assume. Maybe an advanced single of some kind? Of course it's real. You can't bootleg an Einzeltone. Another of its enduring qualities. This ultraviolet has gone missing at the moment. Kidnapped by counter-fascist radicals, whatever that means. Lucian marketing plot, if you ask me.
Could be the work of the militia Ruben Rouge, extreme communist fringe group. They've ransomed public figures before. The next time the world sees her, she'll be clasping an assault rifle, draped in the flag of the party.
Yes, that's the point. It's a beautiful new face of techno-fascism.
The vendor looks at the red disc and runs a thumb over its surface.
None of this is the Einzeltone's fault, of course. They can't control what gets seared upon them. Nay. I assume fondling a human corpse would also make you feel pretty weird.
You did a little of that too, but no need to mention. Makes sense. Forbidden media, desecration of a tomb, the broken seal.
You seem to have misunderstood my soliloquy. It's done. No worse. The beauty and the tragedy of the format. I hope you dispose of it with dignity. I think a private ceremony would be most appropriate.
Nothing is ever truly gone. Everything leaves a residue. Everything with a charge can be summoned back.
I'm afraid not. The format is near obsolete. Einzeltone is the past, yet it contains the future. How exquisite.
The vendor recoils, as if you just spat at his feet.
So, your question is, Petre, how do I reanimate a corpse? I would class it as necrophilia, actually. I'll be honest, the thought is so disturbing to me that I've never entertained it before. But theoretically...
Breach warning. You are now hacking the firewall of techno-philosophy.
You would have to repolarize, re-reminence processing, probably a concentrated magnetic flip, neodymium grader. It would involve some custom gear, no doubt, but my answer to your distressing question is yes. I think you recapturing something that's already gone? Hopeless, I think. And grotesque. Don't ask me about this again. I feel unclean. Picture a dog that shits, then eats it, then shits again. People are what they consume.
It's less an opinion, more a criminal sentence.
Of course. The replayer falls in line, unable to think for itself. You don't even know what you're agreeing to. I haven't met a customer in a very long time who even knows what an Einzeltone XR is, let alone appreciates the format. Tells you all you need to know about the current state of the home media world. Only doctor I know is Hugo. Has a houseboat not far from here. you'd like to hear more. X remnants. 0 remnants.
Pretty esoteric term we've got here. Just
The aftermath of a magnetic charge once you take the field away. The Einzeltone magnets are so potent that the erasure is absolute. The X is meant to represent the negative, the complete absence of sound or vision. This was a very conceptual time for storage media, you understand.
Quarter Fero at the break of the 60s. A teenage boy sits on his bed and gazes at a full-page magazine ad for a brand new single-play format. The crimson of the disc spellbinds him. Excited thumbs leave sweat prints on the page. Below the spotlit red disc in bold-faced text, with Einzeltone XR, the first time is the only time. The boy's lips trace the words in awe.
It was a very beautiful time, too. A magnet embedded in the disc erases its contents as it's being listened to.
A technological muscle flex. Reproduction and erasure just millimeters away in space.
As in life, everything happens only once. Replayability is oblivion. The end. It loses its resale value. And the uninspired replayer who listened to it loses a piece of their soul. I doubt it. I wouldn't expect a replayer like you to understand. Shelves are over there, replete with crass, replayable formats. Like I said, gorge yourself. Maybe not. The bazaar is closing up.
A low, tilting shelf marked in heavy block letters. Various sections are separated by narrow plastic dividers. Each one a baffling assortment. Hairdresser music, children's choirs. The labeling and sorting is as more labels. Falsetto-centric. Made for pederasts. Made by pederasts. You're not just flipping through records. You're going deeper into Petra's Museum of Loathing. The section Weaponized Boredom includes such titles as Music for Dentist Waiting Rooms and Narcoleptic Landscapes, both by Eloisa Alba. The care placed into the organization is itself an act of love, performed hatefully. A single label fills up the entire back row. L-pop. You feel the media vendor's eyes on you as you flip through the offerings.
Have you met fans of the slop? If I leave it out front, I'll spend the evening scraping fluids off the jewel cases. What galls me is that it doesn't matter how I label any of it. These animals thank me for being thorough, then buy two.
You try, but it's difficult to find something you're interested in while wading through the labyrinth of the salesman's disdain. Whisper funk albums, kazoo devotionals, a breakup/meditation EP, an album cover where the singer hugs themselves in the mirror, track lists with 9-minute-long affirmations, a solo project described as ecstatically celibate. Almost as though you already knew what you were looking for, you turn straight towards the Made for Pederasts section. You pluck out a disc, ultravioletta, cover the moon when I'm gone. On the cover, the halo of a lunar eclipse frames the silhouette of a young woman, her outline distorted by the jagged edges of the costume she wears.
There's not many who would admit to such proclivities. In public, no less. Don't let anyone see you with that.
Reason will not help you here. Close your eyes and let your hand seek out what it wants. There. Swirling maelstroms of darkness adorn the album cover. Intricate but hardly visible patterns of black on slightly darker black. The band logo is an illegible scroll, allegedly composed of letters in a human script. On the spine you find the title, Blood Golem.
Still crass music on a crass replayable format, but at least it's not an active attempt to idiotize the population. I'll give you that. I won't be held responsible for what happens with this disc.
You turn your attention away from the shelf. Bagman gestures wildly on the sounds from the... The fire exit stands conspicuously ajar. Someone has wedged it open with a ball. Wrong. Ball wants to play, not wedge. A dark hallway. At the opposite end, you can just make out the bottom of a metal staircase. A fine place to hide in a moment of crisis. Marked and remembered. No, it's a trap. Must be destroyed. You emerge into the dark insides of a deceased mechanical beast. The only light comes from above a set of steel stairs, which you alight carefully, gripping. The sticker on the panel reads, Propriedade de Reno Town. In the center, the company's familiar dolphin mascot grins at you. Inside, you find a dirt-covered computer terminal. Above the gridwork of corroded wires, a sleek cable cuts a path towards the antenna. The ancient terminal groans in response. Relays clack in a series of deep, satisfying clicks, like pistol chambers locking into place. System waking. Please wait. Welcome to Renatel Control version 1.2. That's a text cursor. When you type in a sequence of characters it recognizes as a command, the machine will react. The artery before you connects to every device connected to the Renotel wireless network. The text cursor highlights the blank space where your command... Ask it. You step away from the The fire exit remains ajar, ball wedged into the crack. The tableau stays on.
Alrighty, I'm gonna take a break here. Thanks for watching.